have a solution that you have to recharge, that you have to reset up, that's on top of a bed, and you need to, people remake the bed and then the sensors go somewhere else or whatever. What we try to create is invisible technology that helps in improving everyday performance. And we see sleep not just as improving the performance of the next day, and that's really important, especially in your case when it comes to sports, but we see sleep as something like a workout. Is like, can we help improve sleep performance? Because that in turn will improve performance in sports, whether it's in sports or whatever it is. I mean, we all know what better sleep does, so we don't need to tell you that. So our company is really focused on improving sleep performance. I mean, that's really the goal. If we improve someone's sleep performance, this is why it's important.
In a nutshell, here are some of our key strategic partners at Fullpower. We've had a long-term relationship with Nike. So if you go for a run with the Nike running app on your smartphone, on your iPhone or Android phone, it's Fullpower technology that's in that application that's fusing all the different sensor streams from all the different sensors on the phone and tracking you. In the betting space, we're very excited to partner with Tempur-Pedic. The solution that you're all trying right now is the Tempur-Pedic sleep tracker solution. They are the largest betting company in the world. In terms of sleep, a key aspect of our technology is that it's really rooted in the science of sleep. So polysomnography is the gold standard for sleep science. If you go to Sleep Doc and say, I have a problem, they bring you to a polysomnography lab. We've been running one of those labs in Santa Cruz at Fullpower since 2014. We have 2 beds in parallel there, 2 setups, and we continuously offer free sleep studies to the general public. And we use that to train our solution and build our algorithms. And that's how we're able to assess our accuracy versus that gold standard of sleep science. That's really a crucial foundation of the technology. I think really the sweet spot of what we've developed is this intersection of the accuracy and the non-invasiveness. You can get similar accuracy with polysomnography, but you have to put a lot of electrodes on your head and strap all these wires on your body, and it's completely invasive and impractical. And so really the exceptional thing is the combination of the accuracy and the non-invasiveness, which allows the solution to be in your life for a very long period of time and assess trends.
We look at all the inputs from the sensors, and our artificial intelligence models that use machine learning and are based on 250 million nights of sleep that are calibrated through our sleep lab, basically come up with a model that extrapolates on how much deep sleep, how much light sleep you have, and when it happens. So it's a combination of all of the above. Okay. But everything is calibrated through polysomnography, and this is why it's very important to say that being at 90+% of polysomnography is essential, because that shows that what we do is real.
And so the solution that you're using goes underneath the mattress, on absolutely any mattress on the planet, 2-sleeper solution. But what's also interesting is we aggregate all sorts of other health information that we get from other devices. For example, wearable devices. So you might have noticed when you install the application, we ask for some health kit permissions if you're an Apple user, or if you're on Android, either Samsung Health or Google Fit. And what we're doing is as long as the user gives permission, we're aggregating all that contextual information that we can get from those platforms. So for example, we can get activity throughout the day. We can get heart rate throughout the day if you're wearing a wearable that's collecting heart rate. We can get all this wealth of contextual information aggregated into our cloud. And then we can make common that information and deliver it to, coaches or practitioners through dashboards, so that you have a unified you have a unified view of the information for a coach or a health practitioner, even though the data might have come from a wealth of heterogeneous sources.
That's really an important part of aggregating information and creating actionable insights, either for coaches, for medical practitioners.
Just from my side of things, with my from what I've seen, we all touched on the non-invasive part of it. I thought the whole setup and everything was very easy to do. The app is very easy to navigate, thus giving you some information directly and specifically for what you're looking for. The educational pieces on each part of the metrics that you display are good for that would be good for our athletes for a better understanding of what they're actually looking at and looking for, and the suggestions on how to improve things is going to be good, because we've just seen that a lot of education for athletes is the best way to get the point across to them, rather than just telling them what to do. Giving them the information behind what you're trying to achieve does provide a better understanding for those guys and to help them achieve certain goals. And then, that's kind of real. And I think the other side of it was just from soccer's point of view, and they may have a little bit different problems than we do, but since we only play once a week, most of our guys are only going to be in one bed for the majority of the time, right? And so we're not traveling as much. And so being able to not have to worry about it after they set it and forget it, I think is very important for us.
I think the user interface was great. I thought the breath rate was a good addition. Whoop actually just added that in. And I thought the flow of the analysis and the order of which the information was presented made a lot of sense. I think, and again, like giving the explanation for what they're looking at with the sleep metrics, just again, knowing the why behind what all of this means just helps buy-in. And that's really all what we're doing as athletic trainers or performance coaches, is we're selling them an idea on our philosophy, our training paradigms, our recovery progressions, et cetera, et cetera. And so rather than just telling them, hey, you need to do this, you need to do that, if they understand why is deep sleep important, why if I'm getting too much light sleep, how do I change that, et cetera, et cetera. I think it was great that there was a little tab that says, hey, learn more on the sleep metrics in order to kind of accomplish that. I really do like the behavioral insights, but unless I'm missing something, I think it would be a neat addition, is if when we filled out these behavioral insights saying, oh, hey, I didn't exercise today, I did share the bed, I used nicotine an hour before bed, and then over time, if there was a way that the app could allocate how these trends affect their sleep, I think that would be a good addition. Like, because in my industry, a lot of the guys, tobacco is a pretty big. A lot of guys are big tobacco users, and some of them they're just an addiction, but some of them, nicotine is essentially a nootropic, and so there is a sense of focus, but that also builds into an addiction. So guys end up dipping before they go to sleep, et cetera, et cetera. But if we understand that, hey, nicotine is a stimulant, and that it's going to reduce, it's going to have decrease our HRV, increase our resting heart rate, but they know over time, hey, these last 10 times that you've used nicotine, your sleep quality and sleep performance has been lower, then maybe it's like a light bulb saying, hey, maybe I should stop dipping that close to bed. I don't know if there is that sort of correlation that this app is set up to do. I just wasn't able to find it. But if it doesn't have that, that was kind of the one con that I was like, hey, that would be a pretty cool addition.
For me though, I want to reiterate how I love this, that you don't got to do anything. In my scope of work now, we do a lot of research at the hospital with high school kids and sleep and performance and sleep and injury. A lot of longitudinal studies with some of the big powerhouse private schools here in Los Angeles. And when we go to collect the information, the major issue we have is these kids wearing their watches. And we can't get the information. So something like this is a shoe-in, because they don't got to do anything. And now we can get the information that we need to actually put the research together.
I think the ability of this and how they built out the system is very impressive. I would say what I'd like to know a little bit more is the ability, obviously, from our use case and everything we've said is really a really good one-to-one approach. And I know from like a Daniel standpoint where he's basically, because of the power of their union, advising guys on what to do and using whatever they choose to do to help them. But from our standpoint, if we look at it from a different lens and say, okay, is it from the team standpoint, I'm going to push the organization to buy this, and then I want to monitor, my whole squad or my whole academy team.